Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2021 Memorial Wall Service. My name is Lindsay Hess. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Illinois Department of Corrections. It is my privilege to be your Mistress of Ceremonies. Today, we will be honoring IDOC and IDJJ fallen heroes. It is a tribute to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. We will also be naming the Correctional Officer of the Year, Parole Agent of the Year, Employee of the Year, and Juvenile Justice Security Staff, Aftercare Specialist, and Employee of the Year. The recipients of these awards have demonstrated outstanding leadership and professionalism within IDOC and IDJJ. At this time, would everyone please rise for the presentation of colors by the Illinois Department of Corrections Honor Guard, and then please remain standing through the invocation.
Our time. March. Honor guard. Halt. Ma'am, the Department of Corrections Honor Guard requests permission to post the colors.
Permission granted.
Colors. Post.
Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem, performed by Rebecca Hall and Pontiac Correctional Officer Sherman Napier.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air,
Chase Wilhelm is the department's chief chaplain. Chaplain Wilhelm, will you please come forward to lead us in the invocation?
I invite us all to bow our heads and join our hearts in prayer or reflection. Almighty God of all our days, how we thank you for this day, for this moment, for this opportunity to pause, to remember, and to pay respect to our brothers and sisters who have gone before us, those who have given the last full measure of service and commitment to our state shall not be forgotten. May we forever honor them in all our days. May we forever hold close their families and loved ones who know all too well this price of service. For the life and the work of these men and women, for their commitment to service before self, and for their families, we humbly ask your grace, and we dutifully give our thanks. May their memory be a blessing, and may we together say, Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. You may all be seated. Once again, welcome to the 2021 Memorial Wall Service, and thank you for joining us as we honor the names who are on these walls behind me. These are the men and women who have died in the line of duty. The Illinois Correctional Employee Memorial Association sponsors this event every year. They work diligently to make sure the legacies of the men and women on this memorial wall live on. Let's give a round of applause for the ICEMA board members. At this time, IDOC Director Rob Jeffries will share a few words.
Good afternoon, all. It is always a pleasure to speak about IDOC staff because they are truly incredible. Today, in and day out, they exemplify the agency's core values: professionalism, integrity, civility, transparency, accountability, and responsiveness. They work long, hard days, often sacrificing time with their families, with little to no public recognition. Still, our staff serve the state of Illinois with pride. They are committed to maintaining safety and security within our facilities and communities and supporting the agency's goal of reducing recidivism. This is a special week for our staff. Governor J.B. Pritzker has proclaimed May 2nd through the 8th as Correction Officers Week in Illinois. It is an opportunity for us to recognize our IDOC employees who have selflessly protected others. And it also is an opportunity to pause and pay a tribute to our fallen heroes. This ceremony would not have been possible today without the diligent effort of IDO staff member who was taken too soon. Ken Hilgendorf worked for the Illinois Department of Corrections since 2001, serving in several capacities, including juvenile justice specialist, juvenile justice supervisor, manager of central screening, and most recently, manager of employee services. He was also the president of Illinois Correctional Employees Memorials Association. He put tremendous amount of time into today's event for planning today's service before he was unexpectedly passed just a couple weeks ago. Ken's contribution to this department are immeasurable, and he made a positive impact on all of us, and we will all honor him. I am confident his legacy will live for years to come. At the Illinois Department of Corrections, we're not just colleagues, we're family. Over the past year, we have overcome some tremendous challenges, and we work together. There's nothing we can do when we stay together. We overcome challenges, and we become stronger. And together, we can continue to defy the odds. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Jeffries. Our next speaker is the Director of the Illinois Department of Juvenile Justice. Please welcome Heidi Miller.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's really, really wonderful to be here again in person with all of you. It's so good to see your faces. This year has been an incredibly challenging year. And as we face down this pandemic, I think back to just over a year ago, as we started to learn about the first reports of COVID-19 hitting Illinois. And it truly felt like standing on the shore in the sand and watching a massive tidal wave rolling in towards us. And like we were standing there by ourselves without higher ground, without a seawall, without a ship, trying to stand up to this tidal wave all by ourselves. In those first few weeks of March, I remember, and I will never forget, staying up all night crying, literally crying, because I was so worried and so panicked about how we were going to navigate this together. How was I going to keep my people safe? How was I going to keep my staff safe and my kids safe? How were we going to survive this thing? And in those first early days, two things happened that resulted in a massive perspective shift for me that I'm going to carry with me forever. First, in those first few days, my team got together and sprang into action. My deputy of operations became a PPE ninja and managed to find masks and hand sanitizer and gloves in places where nobody else could find it, and managed to get us enough so that we could even share with our friends at the county detention centers. Our medical director stayed up like all night, every night, answering questions, providing us the latest information from the CDC and the Department of Public Health, and advising us. My deputy of programs developed countless new operating procedures and safety protocols to keep us all safe. And my deputy of aftercare developed a whole new set of guidelines and standards to make sure that we were still able to fulfill our essential functions in supervising kids in the community while remaining safe. From top to bottom, administrators in facilities and department heads hit roll calls and talked to staff. Supervisors and line staff put new protocol after new protocol after new protocol in place and maintained them with fidelity, day after day after day. It was like we all linked arms and we formed a human raft that was strong enough to float over that tidal wave and allow us to survive. And what I realized, the massive perspective shift, was you are not alone. None of us is alone. The second big thing that happened in those first few days was that my friends came looking for me. I went totally MIA. I was so focused on what we were doing at work and worried that I stopped answering calls or texts. No one saw me. Nobody knew what was going on. And so one of my friends actually came to my house, and she found me outside walking the dog. And she said, "Heidi, what the hell is going on with you? Where are you?" So I told her all about what was happening at work and how worried I was. And she looked me dead in the face and she said, "All you can do is show up and do your best. You are enough." And then she got in her car and left me alone, which I also very much appreciated. So the second big thing I realized is that showing up and doing your best matters. Every year we come to this ceremony, and they're missing today, but every year families show up and they honor and remember their loved ones. They know and they remind us that showing up matters. And when they show up every year to remember their loved ones, they give us all the comfort and reassurance that none of us is alone. Even when we're not in the throes of a global pandemic and intense civil unrest, this work in this field can feel like standing in front of a tidal wave. We only meet people after the social fabric has torn, after all the safety net has fallen apart. At DJJ, we only meet young people after they've been kicked around by life and failed by multiple systems. We stand in this place that was never designed to rehabilitate, and yet we are asked to fix and to heal, and we are blamed when we can't. And especially now, when we are rightfully examining these structures and these systems, and when people around us may not even want us to do the right thing, it feels like we are trying to stand up to a tidal wave. And when we're standing up to that tidal wave, we don't have a staff to part the sea. We don't have flying dragons to take us away. We don't have Stark Industries technology to save us. We just have us planting our feet. And guess what? What am I going to say next? That is enough. Today we are honoring Amy McGuire, who is planting her feet and bringing her best Amy every day. We have here Ryan Smith, who is linking his arms with Amy, standing beside her, and going full Ryan every day. We have Reginald Jones, who is reinforcing both of them by shining out his best Reginald. And even me, I am not someone who has a very imposing figure or a deep voice or a charming presence like Director Jeffries. I'm not a giant like Governor Pritzker. I am truly a nobody that nobody sent to this job. But every day I stand here with my feet planted and I give you Heidi Miller 100%. And that is all that any of us can do. And that's enough. Director Jeffries talked about Ken Hilgendorf. And I think that almost no one more than I can think of embodies this idea of showing up every day, giving your all, and reminding us that we're not alone. Ken and Shelley both used to work for DJJ before they worked for DOC, and probably for DOC before they worked for DJJ. And Shelley used to have a tagline in all of her emails that said, "You will never know the good that a simple smile can do." It's a quote from Mother Teresa. I always think about that when I think about Shelley and Ken. They lived their lives that way all the time, and Shelley still does. I'm pretty sure that Ken Hilgendorf did not think of himself as a world changer. But yet, you would have to look pretty far and wide in DOC or DJJ to find a life that he didn't touch, to find somebody's day that he didn't brighten. Ken was enough and is enough and will continue to be enough. And so today I want to leave you with those two thoughts. You are not alone. None of us is alone. We have come through this pandemic. We are almost at the end of it because we are here together, making this human raft to ride atop the tidal wave. And that's the way we're going to survive, and that's the way we're going to move forward. None of us is alone, and every single one of us is enough. Thank you.
Thank you to our speakers. This portion of the 2021 Memorial Wall service is a memorial tribute to our fallen heroes. I would like to introduce John Eilers, Chief of Operations, who will read the names of our fallen heroes.
Over the years, 36 IDOC and IDJJ employees have died in the line of duty. As I read their names, music will be played by bagpiper Tom Ogilvy. Please join me in recognizing our heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice. Joseph Clark, Joliet, 1865. Henry Sims, Joliet, 1913. Charles A. Kruger, Pontiac, 1919. James McMurray, Stateville, 1920. John S. Jones, Pontiac, 1922. Peter N. Klein, Joliet, 1926. Freebert F. Jonke, Pontiac, 1933. Zeth Skaggs, Stateville, 1944. Edward McCasey, Stateville, 1944. Lewis M. Paul, Menard, 1965. Arthur L. Kisrow, Menard, 1965. George L. Wilson, Menard, 1965. William E. McCasling, Pontiac, 1967. Leonard Tatro, Kankakee, 1968. Rufus Campbell, IYC St. Charles, 1970. Robert Jefferson, Sheridan, 1971. James P. Zeiger, Stateville, 1973. Peter Beckett Bird, Stateville, 1977. Robert J. Conkle, Pontiac, 1978. Stanley Cole, Pontiac, 1978. William N. Thomas, Pontiac, 1978. Joseph J. Cushman, Menard, 1982. Frida King, Pontiac, 1983. Cecil H. Harbison, Menard, 1984. Verdine Willis, Pontiac, 1985. Henry B. Washington, IYC Joliet, 1986. Robert L. Taylor, Pontiac, 1987. Song Sonny Trung, Stateville, 1988. Lawrence Frank Cush, Jr., Stateville, 1989. Harold Daniels, Stateville, 1992. Kevin P. McGuire, Urbana, 1996. Helen M. Cokes, Graham, 2002. Lori Toki, Lincoln, 2004. Anthony Lee, Hill, 2007. Alain Amui, Parole, 2010. Tracy Cooper, Stateville, 2010.
At this time, Rebecca Hall will sing Heaven Was Needing a Hero as the honor guard folds the flag.
I came by today to see you. Oh, I had to let you know. If I knew the last time that I held you was the last time, I'd have held you and never let go. Oh, it's kept me awake nights wondering, lie in the dark just asking why. I've always been told you won't be called home until it's your time. I guess heaven was needing a hero, somebody just like you, brave enough to stand up for what you believe and follow it through. When I try to make it make sense in my mind, the only conclusion I come to is that heaven was needing a hero like you. Like you. I remember the last time I saw you. Oh, you held your head up proud. I laughed inside when I a hero. Somebody just like you, brave enough to stand up for what you believe and follow it through. When I try to make it make sense in my mind, the only conclusion I come to is that heaven was needing a hero like you. Is that heaven was needing a hero. That's you.
IDOC Director Rob Jeffries will lay the wreath in honor of the fallen heroes in a formal expression of sympathy to each individual family member. The wreath symbolically represents the 36 employees who paid the ultimate price in the line of duty at the Illinois Department of Corrections and the Department of Juvenile Justice. IDOC's own Brian Horn, Senior Master Sergeant with the Illinois Air National Guard's 183rd Wing, will lay a second wreath, which represents our military and their continuing sacrifice to our freedom. A 21-gun salute is one of the oldest and most recognized international ceremonies bestowing honors to be received by an individual, civilian, or uniformed person. The sounding of taps expresses a final and confirmed salute by recognized national and state orders. Taps will be played by Jason Brewer, Assistant Coordinator of Sex Offender Services.
Present arms. Order, arms. Center, face.
The second portion of our ceremony today gives us an opportunity to recognize those who have excelled within the Illinois Department of Corrections and the Illinois Department of Juvenile Justice. These awards recognize those who have shown outstanding leadership and professionalism within their respective agencies. For the Illinois Department of Corrections, John Eilers, Chief of Operations, will present the award for Correctional Officer of the Year.
Every day, IDOC correctional officers work in intense environments that require them to act as counselors, communicators, and crisis intervention experts. Their courage and dedication are critical to the safety of Illinois' correctional facilities and communities. All nominees for the 2021 Correctional Officer of the Year excel in their positions. We are deeply appreciative of their professionalism and leadership. This year's winner was selected based upon strength of character, acts of bravery, and commitment to upholding the department's mission. One night in March of 2020, this officer was made aware of an unresponsive woman in custody and immediately sprang into action. He assessed the situation, provided first responder aid, and administered CPR until paramedics arrived. His quick action likely saved the woman's life. This officer also displayed extraordinary leadership when a dryer caught fire at his facility. He ensured all staff and incarcerated women were led safely outside, then extinguished the fire and secured the area. In yet another act of heroism, our Officer of the Year stopped to assist when he witnessed a car crash into a pond. He helped remove the unresponsive driver from the vehicle and administered CPR. If not for his selfless and decisive action, the accident could have been fatal. This officer has taken the initiative to serve in many leadership capacities at the facility, including Adjustment Committee Chairperson, Fire Safety Coordinator, Key and Lock Control Coordinator, Overtime Coordinator, Security Specialist, Hostage Negotiator, and Routine Interviewer. His attention to detail, work ethic, integrity, and enthusiasm makes him an invaluable member of the IDOC team. It is my honor and privilege to announce Albert Diaz of Fox Valley Adult Transition Center as the 2021 Correctional Officer of the Year for the Illinois Department of Corrections. Corrections Residence Counselor Diaz, please come forward to accept your award.
Chief of Staff Camille Lindsay will now present the award for the IDOC Employee of the Year.
Good afternoon. The Illinois Department of Corrections is proud of its exceptional workforce, a workforce dedicated to serving justice, protecting public safety, and supporting the rehabilitation of incarcerated people. Correctional facilities maintain complex operations that require staff to be fully invested in their work for the agency to succeed in reaching its goals. I would like to congratulate all IDOC's nominees for Employee of the Year. They are to be commended for their leadership and the positive impact that they make on this department. The 2021 IDOC Employee of the Year is a hard-working change agent who exhibits the characteristics of an exemplary employee. She was selected for her dedication, professionalism, and ability to problem solve. The employee's leadership abilities made a tremendous difference in her facility and across the department when she stepped up to address the challenges presented by the pandemic. Her facility was the first in the department to launch a vaccination program and resume in-person visitation. She was instrumental in ensuring both pilots were accomplished successfully and that her facility could serve as a model for others. This employee's efficiency, innovation, organizational skills, and willingness to assist others helped to streamline these critical processes for the entire department. This employee utilizes her photography talent both at work and in her community. She takes pictures for public relations purposes, including headshots of corrections administrators statewide. She also captures memories in her community at the local high school sporting events and provides the photos to families at no cost. As her facility's SECA chairperson for the past several years, she has helped her facility break donation records by contributing thousands of dollars to worthwhile causes. In her spare time, she enjoys volunteering at school and community fundraisers and events. This employee strives for excellence each day, going above and beyond her job description to move this department forward. It is my honor and privilege to recognize Executive Secretary 1, Christine Noble of East Moline, as the 2021 Employee of the Year. Ms. Noble, please step forward to accept your award.
Chief of Parole Jason Garnett will now present the award for the IDOC Parole Agent of the Year.
Good afternoon. Parole agents within the Illinois Department of Corrections provide community supervision while promoting successful reentry. They must focus on the unique needs of people returning home from incarceration and guide them to the appropriate services and treatment. It is a job that requires both courage and compassion. All nominees for the Agent of the Year are outstanding in their own field and serve as leaders within the Parole Division. The 2021 winner was selected for his adaptability, skill, and contribution to staff training. He is assigned to the sex offender unit and successfully oversees a large geographical area. This agent serves as a trainer and develops curriculum in responses to recent policy changes. His knowledge and proficiencies have proven to be invaluable in preparing agents for their new roles. Our Parole Agent of the Year assisted in de-escalating a parolee who was in an armed standoff with police. The agent utilized his communication skills to encourage the parolee to surrender his weapon and accept mental health assistance. The Freeport Police Department recognized the agent for responding to the situation with courage and professionalism. This agent is a tremendous asset to the department as well as his community. Off the clock, he takes pride in his volunteering as a Little League soccer coach. It is indeed a pleasure to honor and recognize Parole Agent Andrew Zadlow as the 2021 Parole Agent of the Year. Agent Zadlow, would you please come forward to accept your award, and thank you.
IDJJ Deputy Director William Payton will present the award for Juvenile Justice Security Staff of the Year.
Thank you. And directors, thank you for your kind words about my buddy Ken, the Big Show. It's appropriate that we recognize him. Juvenile Justice Specialist of the Year. This role, like it's been said from our partners in IDOC, on its best day, it's extremely rewarding. On its worst day, it's extremely frustrating. But we have a bunch of staff that handle that with grace and with professionalism every day. And this young man is an example of that. Juvenile Justice Specialist Ryan Smith works at Pere Marquette. He's been with the department since 2014, and I'm proud to say he started his career at IYC Harrisburg, where I was the superintendent at that time. He's a valuable employee. He's shown his dedication to the mission of IDJJ, and one of the important things that we mark in our measure of a person is he has no problems with affirmative attendance and professionalism. Additionally, JJS Smith has excelled as not only a dorm staff and escort staff, but also just a great commitment to getting all the tasks of the facility done. He gets along well with youth, which is important, and is able to build rapport with them by setting fair and consistent limits and dealing with their issues without provocation. He's shown great leadership in implementation of facility programs like monthly station rotation, where they teach the youth the rules in different parts of the facility by escorting them and being very patient and explaining what the expectations are to them. Furthermore, he embodies the mission by implementing the positive behavior intervention program, supports the principles of being safe, respectful, and responsible. He also volunteered as the lead of the Special Olympics Committee, allowing Pere Marquette to set a record fundraising mark this year by spending his private time developing some awards in the community that were donated so they could raise money off of those. So, because of all those things and because of his commitment to our mission, we are recognizing Juvenile Justice Ryan Smith from Pere Marquette as our Juvenile Justice Special of the Year. Ryan, would you come on up and get your award? Congratulations, man. Thank you.
IDJJ Deputy Director Eva Moore will present the award for Aftercare Specialist of the Year.
Thank you, and good afternoon. So, Aftercare is the Community Supervision Division for the Department of Juvenile Justice, and it is composed of a group of outstanding professional leaders in the field of community supervision who are committed to the mission of IDJJ. Together, over the last few years, we've overcome a lot of challenges and barriers as we have moved forward in building out the division, and so the pandemic was just another step in that direction. We do this as a team, and as a team, we move forward. I am very, very proud of each and every one of the employees within the Division of Aftercare. They are truly an outstanding group of professional individuals. And so today, we come to present this award to Aftercare Specialist Reginald Jones. The Aftercare Specialist of the Year has been with Aftercare since its inception in 2011. For the entire time that he has been with Aftercare, he has been consistently reliable and professional, demonstrating traits that have made him an incredibly valuable member of Aftercare and a leader that has been called upon repeatedly to provide leadership, guidance, and support to his peers. Those traits include a positive attitude, drive, an initiative, contribution to his team, and outstanding leadership. He displays a very quiet, positive, and professional demeanor each day, regardless of what he may be facing. No matter how difficult the situation, he is always positive, helpful, and willingly does whatever is asked of him. His response is consistently, "I'll get it done." Given his tenure with Aftercare, he has seen many challenges, many changes, but he's consistently offered thoughts and ideas on how to best make improvements and move forward in situations. He is always looking to see how to best make these things work for the benefit of the youth we serve and the staff. He maintains collaborations and connections in the communities in the areas that he supervised the youth. Having a thorough understanding of his job and responsibilities, he seldom requires direction. In the office in which he is assigned, his supervisor utilizes him as a lead worker for the office. He willingly takes the extra step to assist and support his peers, both those assigned to his office and others throughout the state. He is frequently called upon to assist the intensive supervision unit with difficult cases in his areas for purposes of supervision, to assist in performing transports and in the training and mentoring of new staff. The staff he mentors, they speak very highly of him and to include his direction and support. During a period when the office supervisor was on extended leave, ACS Jones was temporarily assigned as supervisor of the office. He effortlessly handled the various aspects of running the office while maintaining his own caseload. He willingly adjusted his schedule as needed to staff cases of the other specialists in the office and to provide any other needed support. He has been outstanding in all areas and a very stable and reliable asset to the Division of Aftercare. I'm very pleased to present this award to Aftercare's Employee of the Year, Reginald Jones from the Chicago Heights office.
Now to present the IDJJ Employee of the Year Award, please welcome Deputy Director Robert Vickery.
The DJJ Employee of the Year is selected, nominated from each facility across a variety of departments: education, the business office, mental health and substance use, healthcare, leisure time activities, and case management. They're selected based on their contribution to the facility and how they live out the DJJ mission of strengthening families and building youth skills. I'm very excited today to present the Employee of the Year Award for 2021 to Amy McGuire. Amy has worked for both DJJ and DOC since 2005 in a substance use role and then in a variety of healthcare roles. Since 2019, she served as the Healthcare Unit Administrator at IYC Warrenville, where she seamlessly manages healthcare services for our young men and women there. She also engages in other activities, including coordinating family engagement activities. I'll just say that Amy is one of those coworkers who every time you speak with her, she's positive, she's solution focused, she's upbeat, and it really makes you have a much better day. This year, as we all are aware, the role of healthcare staff has been elevated because of the pandemic. It's truly fitting that our Employee of the Year be someone from healthcare. During the pandemic, Amy has been a go-to person for questions and concerns, whether it's from staff people, from family members, or other community partners. She's made a regular effort to attend all of the roll calls to speak with staff. She's led our testing and our vaccination efforts, which has been a lot of extra work. She's also been a great help to me as we've coordinated those activities across our northern facilities. Whenever I've needed to get something done related to COVID-19, Amy's one of the first people that I call. For these reasons and for a lot more, Amy McGuire is our DJJ Employee of the Year. Yeah. You have to have this, you have to navigate the hedge there. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all our award winners. Great job. Now, if everyone would please stand as the Illinois Department of Corrections Honor Guard retrieves the colors.
One time. March. Honor guard. Halt. And the Department of Corrections Honor Guard requests permission to retrieve the colors.
Permission granted.
Retrieve colors. Raise that arm. Order. Arm. Counter. March. Forward. March.
At this time, Chaplain Wilhelm will come forward to deliver our benediction.
Once again, may we join our hearts in prayer or reflection. Beloved Creator of all memory and of all service, we have gathered together today in solemn remembrance of our colleagues whose names shall echo for eternity, not just on this wall before us, but also in our hearts, and the service which we continue, and in the lives of those families who live within the shadow of memory. As we have joined together today to pay tribute, may we so depart in humble commitment to the work before us, to the task of honoring those remembered, and to the vocation of serving justice. For this day, for those willing to serve across our state and our nation, and for the families who support those in service, we ask your protection. We give our humble thanks, and together we say amen.
Thank you to the IDOC Honor Guard, ICEMA Board, and to all of those who helped make today's combined ceremonies a success. This concludes our ceremony. Thank you, and have a great day.